are a commission salon owner, chances are you have experienced a service provider of yours quitting over time, whether it was suddenly and out of the blue, or it was something that you knew was coming and offered you a lot of relief. So, in today's video, we are going to be talking about the three crucial communication lines that you need to light up right away as soon as you have a service provider leave. And so, before we dive into this, the first thing that I want to talk about is the, we're going to be diving into the three communication lines when a salon teammate leaves, but let's talk about the relationship triangle first, because when somebody moves on to another opportunity, it's totally okay. It's oftentimes a great new beginning for your salon company and for the people that you have the opportunity to work with. And so, what we're going to be talking about today is communication, which is a part of the relationship triangle. And so, in any relationship that you have in your life, whether it's with a service provider on your team, with the guests inside of your salon or clients inside of your salon, or outside of the salon with your family, friends, anything, we know that these three things need to be present in order for a relationship to win. And so, you might be thinking, hey, why are we talking about the relationship triangle? I just had somebody leave. But we are actually in the relationship business as salon owners. And as salon companies, our job is the relationship business. So it's just a good reminder to look at it and see, step one of the relationship triangle or portion one of it is communication. And so, a lot of times people can shut down or not really communicate when a team member leaves. But this is the time to really dive into that communication because you want to make sure that people are aware of what's going on and do what you can to offer your help and support. And so the second portion of the relationship triangle is connection. And so, also, what we're trying to build here is connection. And so, in some of the scripts that we talk about later on in this video, you'll notice like we are working to create that connection with our clients that we have inside of the salon and with the team. And so, looking for those opportunities to always create that connection just builds a lot of what's next, which is trust. And so, people, if you're not communicating, if you're not creating that connection, a lot of times trust can feel very weary. And so if you've built a relationship with a client over the years or with, other people on your team, trust is usually present. And so showing up big during these times is one of the key factors to really just get through this departure process a lot smoother. And so, since we've nailed all of those portions with the relationship triangle, let's get into what are the three communication lines we need to light up. So, the first one is the service provider communication. And so, when we think about service provider communication, one of the first things that we want to do is once we find out, hey, in a scenario where we didn't know they were leaving and they are abruptly leaving, you know, first of all, thank them so much for their time with your company. See if you can find out where they're going to be going so that you can let clients know. And nobody owns clients, so the service provider that was with you doesn't own the clients. The salon doesn't legally own the clients. Nobody can own a client. Yes, you can legally own client information, and you can protect that, but nobody owns clients. And so just removing that is kind of like ripping off the band-aid, and just knowing like, hey, we're going to serve those clients to their highest good because they're not ours, they're not theirs, they're the world's clients, and we want the opportunity to be able to serve them. And so um, you know making sure that you kind of have a checklist ready to go in this scenario. So have the employee sign, the appropriate resignation letter so that you have that ready to go. Remove them from the software, get them off any, team sites or websites or security systems, anything like that, and then just make sure that you thank them and find out where they're going. That way you can communicate properly with everybody involved in the scenario. After you have gone through that first communication line, that's what starts this whole process. The next one is just the team communication. So communication line number two is team communication. And so this can be one of those gray, sticky areas where people are like, what do I say? What do I do? And I think it's just a natural thing to just let people know exactly what's going on. And removing your charge around it, because whatever your emotions are around it, the last thing that you want to do as the leader on the team is drag your emotions into it, because everybody's going to be feeling something different. Some people might be relieved, some people might be upset. There's just a gamut of emotions that could be present during this time. And at the end of the day, you have a big vision for your salon company, and people are going to come and go. It doesn't mean that they're bad or good, or it's just, it is what it is. And your job as the leader is to just really help guide them down the path. And so a script that we like to use during, let's just say, a team huddle, would be something like, you may or may not already know that service provider name is no longer with our salon company. So this news may make you sad, or you may be feeling relieved. Please know, however you're feeling is totally normal and okay. So we're here to serve you and the salon guests during this transition. As you all know, no one owns clients, and we want to serve them in the best way possible. So when anyone calls to reserve an appointment with service provider name, we'll be happy to help them find them at their new salon, or match them up with someone who can take amazing care of them here with us on the team. Does anyone have any questions? So then you would answer any questions that anyone has, and then just thank your team for their support during this transition. Let them know that you wish that former service provider the best, and know that this new chapter will create a lot of other opportunities for people on the team as well. I think it's just great to just let the situation be what it is, and just let them know, hey, we're here to support you and our guests during this transaction or transition, sorry, and see, what we can create next. So once you have communicated to the team, because you really want to get in front of the rumor mill, because if you don't address it, a lot of chatter can happen in the back room, and it's, a lot of times not even with bad intentions. It's just like a lot of confusion when somebody leaves. And so when you can just offer up any information that and just, it doesn't have to be a good or a bad thing when somebody leaves. It just is part of, operating a business. Sometimes people have reached the end of their road, and that's okay. It's going to still create amazing opportunities. And a lot of the times, the success of the salon company, um, you know, lives inside of people that you haven't even met yet. Your future success is there. And so that's really exciting to think about. You have all these teammates that you haven't even met yet. And so then once you've nailed down that team communication, the third thing is client communication. And so, this is where you really want to work to capture as many guests to stay inside the salon as possible. I think, on average, you're going to keep around 30% of the guests are going to stay with the salon. And usually they're just, salon guests. They've seen multiple service providers, or they love the atmosphere, or whatever their reasoning might be. We could have a whole list of reasons for this right here. But really, we would just want to serve them, to the best of our ability. And so, if the service provider hasn't contacted them yet, something that you could say is just, hey, guest, this is, whatever your name is from whatever your salon is this an okay time to connect? And make sure it's always okay when you first hop on the phone with a guest, and then just let them know, like, hey, service provider, whoever is no longer with our salon company. They decided to go in a different direction, and we truly wish them the best. And we want you to know that you're a valued guest here. Do you mind if we ask you a few questions to match you with another service provider who will take great care of you? Or would you like to know, or would you like information for, whatever the service provider's name is? And so then asking them a few questions to help match them with a stylist that could be a great fit for them, would, be that next option. If you know that they're for sure following, that service provider, we would still recommend calling them, and just thanking them. So, of course, you could still, ask them, did I catch you at an okay time? And then say, you're probably aware that, service provider is no longer part of our salon company, and we truly wish them the best. We just wanted to personally call you and thank you for being a valued guest, and let you know that we appreciate your business, and we're always here to serve you. So thank you again, and just let us know how we can support you in the future. And just those calls can really go a long ways. and can really help prevent future upsets. And so, if you've gotten some great information out of this message, share it with another salon owner you know. Like us or follow us for more content just like this. Thanks for watching.